Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to a very special Royal Rumble. We got the horror genre here. It's all horror movies though, no video games. And I don't know how I feel about this part of it's the Mummy if you didn't know. This attire right here. I think he wears it at a certain part in the movie. I was never a big fan of the Mummy movie. I think the Mummy looks cool. But I'm not a big fan of the movie in general. But yeah, all these characters are from movies. We're not going to have any Nemesis, Mr. X, Lady D's here. They're all from horror movies. As we're getting closer to Halloween. And Candyman's here. And of course, he's got a boxing glove because he's not allowed to wear a hook. Because that might poke someone's eye out. So, Candyman versus Mummy. And we're gonna have the classics. We're gonna have the new slashers, the 80s slashers. We're gonna have a lot of different people. But I also try to make sure that they were all the monsters. We're not gonna have Ash or Sidney Prescott in this. All these guys are basically bad guys to a degree. I did probably forget a few. I didn't put the Predator and Xenomorph in on this one. We will have a couple female characters, though. And we got the Invisible Man. And also, I didn't get the Wolfman. That was another one. So, we're missing out on some. There's definitely going to be some people missing from this Rumble. I don't think I put the Prowler in this. He's just... I think I downloaded him, but I don't think I put him in this. He's just not one of my favorites anyway, but I think he looks cool. He's just, the movie's kind of, And number 4 is The Bride of Frankenstein. So we started off with 3 classics out of 4. And Candyman eliminates the Mummy. And Candyman going after the bride here. And we'll see who's next. And number 5 is Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw. So we got Texas Chainsaw here. Leatherface in the house. And I love doing these Rumbles. I love it. A lot of you all love the horror Rumbles. They do really well. Between them and the cartoons. A lot of people love the cartoon ones. The random ones probably do the best. Or subscriber picks or subscriber creation Rumbles. They do really well. But the horror genre has always been it's kind of a subgenre of wrestling to a degree. I mean, even Friday the 13th Part 3 kind of has some wrestling elements to it in one particular scene. And then, you know, there's always been like some horror in WWE, like The Undertaker, Kane, the Fiend. I mean, there is a connection between both wrestling and horror movies. I've always thought that. And Bride of Frankenstein hanging in there. And number 7 is John Carver from Thanksgiving, which I like that movie. That one guy in that movie, there's a character in Thanksgiving, when he dies, you know, I never like to root for a death, but my goodness does he deserve it, because he's just such a punk. And maybe that's going too far, and how he dies is brutal. It's probably the most brutal death in the movie, but there's a couple characters in that movie that are punks. That, you know. And of course, the only thing I don't like about it is the reveal. Which, I don't know. Well, it's not the reveal. There's a certain scene in Thanksgiving that just doesn't logically make any sense. Like, it's toward the end of the movie. I don't want to give it away, but it's toward the end of the movie. It's not the reveal of who the killer is. It's more of, there's a certain scene that it involves someone laying on the ground toward the end, and it doesn't really add up. Well, when I watched it, I'd have to watch it again, and I could tell you the exact part. But I remember, and here comes Reagan at number 9 from The Exorcist. A movie that I consider great, but I do not want to watch it again. I really don't. I used to have it on Blu-ray. I sold it. I was like, I can't have this. It's just too much. But I sold a lot of my movies, but I kept a lot of my horror movies. So I keep them for my Halloween marathon. But I did get rid of a couple. I got rid of the Quiet Place movies that I had, and I got rid of what else did I get rid of? I think I got rid of The Craft. Like some of the ones that I don't love as much. The Leprechaun franchise, I think I got rid of. I got rid of quite a few. I got about $100 out of it all, but it's kind of not worth it. But it was more of a room problem, having too many movies. And I think I've bought one movie this whole year. So, Black Friday, I do have plans to get a couple movies from 2024 that I didn't pick up. And Jason's number 10. But movies have went up in price. They're no longer sold at a high quantity. So, people are streaming more. So, the demand is less for movies, making them worth more to an extent when buying. They're still not worth anything if you want to sell them. But it's just so crazy how that works, because nobody really wants them as much anymore. I love physical media, but streaming has made my love not as good. Because, I can just watch anything on streaming. Why would I pay 20-some bucks? That's $20. Fill a tank of gas with that. At least half tank. It's just not as worth as it used to be. And Jason and Candyman with the power bomb. And we'll see who's coming out next. At number 12 is Art the Clown. So Art's in the house. One of my favorites. When I was growing up, there was no Jason. There was no, and there goes Tiffany. Jason and Myers and all them. They were all around, but there was no iconic character during my day besides Jigsaw. And now we got another one. I would consider Art in that iconic character. But, in the 80s, you had Jason, you had Freddy, at the end, you had Chucky. You had all kinds of people. Leatherface in the 70s. But when you get to the 2000s, all you have is Jigsaw. And I know Pinhead put out some movies, but we don't claim those movies. A lot of those movies we don't claim. And we got Annie from Misery. She is not allowed to have her sledgehammer in the Rumble, though. That'd be cool if you could bring weapons in the Rumble. I don't know if they've ever done that before. I'm sure it's happened in a Rumble, but not in like a 2K Rumble. But number 14 is Carrie. Carrie at number 14. This is a different version. I had to use this one since the other version is just broken. It was causing a lot of issues. I think they re-uploaded it, though, so, it doesn't really matter. They're both pretty good. But that one I had some issues with, so I didn't really go back to it. But now there's like 2 different downloads. 2 different ones you can download. The community creations is all screwed up because of the island. And how did that work out for them? Come on. And number 15 is Victoria Hayes from the Terrifier franchise. So Art and Vicky are together in this. You got Jason versus Reagan. Got a lot of good ones here. And Leatherface going after Candyman. Candyman's been in for a while. I think he might get eliminated here. Well, maybe not. We'll see how far Candyman can go. We started out with him because I remember the boxing glove. He's not allowed to have his hook. Hooks are banned in the Rumble. Just ask Captain Hook. He also can't have a hook. I mean, obviously you can't have it in the game. I mean, how are you? It's not gonna. It would be really weird when they're throwing punches. I know one time they gave Candyman Santino's Cobra. That was hilarious. And there goes Kathy Bates from Misery. And there goes Candyman. So Candyman made it pretty far. He made it about a little over 10 minutes in the Rumble. But there's only so much you can do here. And now the house is getting cleaned. Leatherface throws out Reagan. So Reagan's been eliminated. And Leatherface going after Jason now. And Kerry eliminates Vicky. So Vicky is finished. So Vicky is done. We'll see who else we get in here. Yeah, we're going to have a lot around October. I'm not going to do, like, every video is not going to be Halloween related, but at the time I'm doing this, I do have a Halloween theme I can use for the episodes. It's a certain creepy character, which I'm sure you've seen by now if I'm actually going to go through with it. I mean, at the time I'm doing this, haven't even dropped SummerSlam yet, but by the time you see this, you probably have seen SummerSlam, But yeah, I'm going to do a lot of. You're going to see the horror characters a lot in October. I mean, that's how it's going to usually go. But I'm not. It's not going to be every video. So I don't want to. I know some people don't like the horror genre as much as other people do. I mean, a lot of people do on this channel, but it's between cartoons and the horror genre. And by the way, so, a guy back in the day, he said that I don't say horror right. It's because of my accent, you know. How about hoorah? How's that? Hoorah movies. How about that? I don't care what you think. Come on. Give me a break. Nobody else complains but you. I do say certain things funny, but I've one time a guy called me and said, I said something like, you can't download this character, and somebody responded, something like, we don't care about that character, cowboy, or something like that. I just think it's funny. I don't even know these people, but it's hilarious. I never thought in a million years I'd get called a cowboy. It's like, come on. It's like, is it that bad, the accent? I mean, I never know. Oh, we got Blade from Puppet Master. And I love how small he is. Wow, they did a good job on that. That's what Chucky should be. What Blade size. I mean, maybe it's because he's surrounded by a bunch of tall people, but he looks very small. Obviously, you can't make him as small as he should be, but Art the Clown eliminates Jason, so. And Hannibal, we got Hannibal here. And number 19 is Megan. We're not gonna, like I said, we're gonna miss out on certain people. I didn't put Xenomorph or Predator in on this one. I don't think Harry Warden's on this one, or the Grabber. I did miss out on quite a few people, but I mean, I can only have 30. I can't have 35. So, just to let you know, there is going to be people missing in this Rumble. And we got Megan in the house. Still need to see Megan 2.0 at the time I'm doing this. Hopefully I've seen it by now, but I do my videos a month ahead usually. And Ghostface is 20. 20 is Ghostface from the Scream franchise. And Hannibal's in trouble. Blade going after him. And there goes Hannibal. I'm not a big fan of Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal. I mean, Silence is good. but it's not like the Hannibal show. The Hannibal show is the best, in my opinion. That is, I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but Mads Mikkelsen's the best. And Captain Spaulding's number 21. Old Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpse. Wow, who comes up with these names? Rob Zombie, that's it. But yeah, I like his first two movies. I'm not a big fan of the third one. It's just average. And I like the first Halloween he did, but I still haven't seen Lords of Salem. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Victor Crowley's number 22. There's a couple of his movies I haven't seen. I've seen 31. I haven't seen... He did an animated movie I haven't seen, and I haven't seen Lords of Salem. And I haven't seen The Munsters, which I've been told not to watch that movie. I've been told not to watch that movie. I think he's better in music than... I mean, I think his first... That first two of the trilogy are good. But that's about... And I like the first Halloween. But it's more of a guilty pleasure. The second one I will never watch. It's horrible. I've seen it before, but... I absolutely... There's a scene in that movie where Octavia Spencer, the actress, dies. And it's just total overkill. I don't know if the guy watched The Help and hated that movie or what. I mean, come on. That was an overkill. And 24 is Chatter, a Cenobite from the Hellraiser franchise. I believe he's in 2 of the movies. I think he's in the first one and maybe one later on. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen all of Hellraiser. I plan on watching a couple of those in October that I haven't seen, if I can get through it and not fall asleep like I did in the 4th movie. And number 25 is Jigsaw, Billy the Puppet. There's 3 different types of saw that we can use. We can use the puppet, we can use the pig mask, or we can use Jigsaw. And I've used all 3 of them before. I like using the puppet, even though that's the least of the 3 that represents him. The puppet's more for his son. But I think the puppet looks so cool. And they made a Funko Pop, a jumbo pop of the puppet. Which, if it wasn't so expensive, I'd probably get it. It looks pretty awesome. A 10-inch Funko of the puppet, Billy the Puppet. So I really thought that was cool. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not. I haven't bought any Funkos hardly this year. So I sold a lot of my Funkos, and it's just not worth it. And I only have a certain amount of room, and right now I'm putting a lot of stuff in my closet, so I don't have to put it out at all. And we got Chucky here. So Megan's been eliminated. They need to have a Megan and Chucky crossover. And Chatter going after Victor Crowley. And, oh man, Victor Crowley already eliminated with the help of Blade and Chatter. You might hear some weed eating outside. Probably not. I mean, it's not that loud. Just in case, if you want to know what that noise is. Some of you guys have great hearing. You have excellent hearing. It's like the best hearing I've ever seen in my life. You guys can hear anything. You can hear an ant crawl on my floor. It's insane. And I think some of you all use headphones. That's why. I mean, it's easier to hear stuff outside. But my mic's kind of built to cancel out everything else. But I don't have the best of mics. And I probably should get a new one. But, I'm just... Snowball... Ever since I've had the Snowball forever. And I probably need to get a new one. And there we go again. I probably need to get a PlayStation so I don't have to. I can stream on you and do this on YouTube instead of Twitch. But yeah, I've been thinking about getting a new mic. I can afford it, but I just feel like this loyalty to Snowball. That's why I don't want to get a new mic. It's not because I can't afford it. They're not expensive, unless you want to get like a recording mic to do a song. They're not that expensive. And the Snowball apparently now isn't as high quality as it used to be. Now they have all kinds of mics because everyone does what I do. But back in the day, there was the Snowball and the Yeti. The Yeti cost more. Those were the main two mics everyone used, it was like. Besides their headset mic or something. The Snowball cost less, and the Yeti cost more, and it was just a tad bit better, and it was more used for music and stuff like that, or a podcast. So I just went with the Snowball because it's like $40 cheaper. And I'm probably going to eventually get a new mic. I need to. I've had this one for years. I can make things sound better for sure. Maybe I'll look into it. So, 29 is the Gill Man from Creature of the Black Lagoon. And it's so funny, they used the ape mask for this. But the front side of it looks so good. How they did the Gill Man here. I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's a classic. It's one of my favorites of all time. And number 30, we're already here. Wow, this one's went by quick. It's going to be probably a shorter one. So number 30 is David from the Lost Boys. And there's a bunch of Lost Boys on Community Creations, but I had to go with David. I didn't want to put the rest of the crew in. As much as I like them, I mean, I just want to do one per franchise, basically. Besides, Tiffany and Chucky and Art and Vicky, which is kind of a killer combo. And Chucky's been eliminated. And Pamela Voorhees going after David here. So we're down to... Pamela's the only female left. We got Billy. We got the Gill Man. We have Michael Myers. And we have David. And look at Myers here, going after Jigsaw. And the Gill Man going after Pamela Voorhees here. So we are down to 5. These 5 are really holding it down, though. And, oh, Myers almost took out the Gill Man. And Myers going after Jigsaw, drops him there. And Pamela Voorhees going after David. And David's number 30. He's getting double teamed now. And David has been eliminated. So we are now down to 4. Who is going to win this horror movie rumble? We got the Gill Man. We got Myers. We got Jigsaw. We got Pamela. I really don't want to see Pamela win. At all. But 4 remain in this rumble. And Michael Myers just made it 3. Michael Myers eliminates Jigsaw. Jigsaw usually doesn't do well in rumbles, though. And Myers going after Pamela Voorhees now, and Gill Man going after him. Who is going to take it? Oh, good dodge there by Myers. Pamela Voorhees trying to kick his head off. I'm not a big Pamela fan. When I watch Friday the 13th, I want Jason. So basically 3 through 8 is the best. 5, I don't know about 5. But 3 and 4, 6 and 7, and 8's good. I know some people hate 8. After 8, it goes downhill for sure. And Pamela Voorhees has been eliminated, but the hockey mask makes it iconic. So the first movie's good, but it's not a fantastic movie compared to some of the other ones. And the second movie's good, but it's not great either because of I can't take the sack as a mask seriously. The hockey mask is the iconic mask when I think about the Friday the 13th franchise. So 3, 4, 6, and 7 are my favorites of the franchise. And then 8 and 5 are good, but they're not my favorite. But 3, 4, 6, and 7. I would probably say 4 is the best. 7th's my second favorite, which is probably a hot take. And then 6 is my third favorite. Probably, and I really like Freddy vs. Jason. But 9 is the worst by far. 1 and 2 are just good movies, but I don't, they don't have the hockey mask. So, it's not the same. But, I mean, they're still good movies. But we're down to the classic Gill Man from The Creature from the Black Lagoon or Michael Myers. Who is going to take it? And the Gill Man is going for the win. He's got to lift Michael up, though. I love the first Halloween and the fourth one. The rest of the franchise, And it looks like Michael Myers is going to take it. Unless something happens. Yep. So Michael Myers wins. Big victory for Michael Myers. So he wins the horror movie Royal Rumble with the villains in it. And he's not going to WrestleMania. I'll have Dr. Loomis waiting with a revolver if he tries. So, Dr. Loomis, who's obsessed with this guy. Dr. Loomis needs to get a life. He needs to spend time with his family. Okay? He needs to stop hunting Michael Myers down. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully by the time you're seeing this, we're either in October or in late September. But I have to tell you, I this is my favorite time of the year. It is. And Michael Myers wins. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Do so. I know a lot of you all love this genre. You're going to see a lot of it in the next couple of videos, probably. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to try to still change it up some for the people that don't like it as much. But this is definitely something that a lot of people love to see. So, thank you all for dropping by, and I'll see you all later. Michael Myers wins, but he's not going to WrestleMania.